Kia ora, folks. This is our second kororo of the evening. Up first, we have Purple Dog. Now we have Koizilla in the room. This is part of the Radio 1 Te Korokoro o Te Tui collaborations, which just, I guess, coalesced into a beautiful live performance where you and Purple Dog were bouncing off each other. How was that? That was great to watch.
It was so cool. That's a really fun way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice to play in a big studio as well. Mm-hmm. You know, it was really fun.
And you guys quite like the interplay of playing off another band?
It's nice having like 4 minutes to just relax
Between songs. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it was a very new experience. Haven't done that before. I was apprehensive when I heard about the concept, but it was fun. It was really fun.
I was just imagining Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Amp versus Amp battle.
All right. Shout out to Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's a great film. And it's also cool that we had like a new band here and like a more established band as yourselves playing off each other. Bit of old guard, new guard type stuff going on there. Now, are there any aspects of being a Kiwi band with original music that you guys find challenging that, you know, perhaps doesn't get much attention and I guess the music discourse in this country?
Oh, that's a good question, Zach.
He's pondered on.
You can go, Zach.
I don't know, I think the only thing is living so far south, it just costs a lot more to travel and play.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
That's really the only thing. Like, you know, you see the Wellington and Auckland bands go on a tour and they'll play like 5 dates in the North Island and then maybe Christchurch. And they never come here.
I know. You know what's been popping off recently? Central Otago, for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
Queenstown
Really?
and Wanaka. Getting a lot of attention.
I've heard about Queenstown, yeah.
Yeah, very profitable because everyone there's rich.
True.
And if they're not rich, they're working the bars that everyone's going to after.
Yeah, true.
And like they pay really good guarantees, even if like people don't listen to you. We played in Wanaka once. I got like paid $600 to have nobody listen to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
It was a good start to the tour, actually.
Long time ago.
2019?
Earlier.
No.
17.
2017, I think.
Okay,
16, 17, I
Right.
think.
16,
Classic.
17, yeah.
And is that kind of when the band formed?
2016 is when we
2016.
formed.
Right, because in that time, it's been about 9 years. You had 4 EPs and 4 albums as well?
It depends if you count something. Like the split with Night Lunch, we only had 3 songs on. But
That's all right.
it was a whole album.
That's the only thing on vinyl.
Yes.
What a great vinyl. I've got one.
I think that it's 4 EPs, or is it 5 if you include the Night Lunch split?
I usually think of that as an EP.
And then
3 albums. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of output for, it's merely a project every year. You know, does that feel cumbersome, or what does your creative process look like to kind of respond to that amount of output?
It's not too cumbersome. It's just fun. Like, when you play a lot, if you play the same songs over and over again, you get bored of them. And, like, in the very beginning, at least, I was just writing and writing. I'd only kind of just discovered, like, surf rock, garage rock, King Gizzard and the OCs and Laloo's and all that. So, just really excited at the time. And yeah, I've got, like, I don't know, so many half-written songs in the bank. They're just always popping up.
I think it was more of a case that it was a lot at the start, and towards the current, it has been less and less that we've been releasing stuff. I think we released 3 EPs in like a year at the start.
Whoa.
And then there was an album and then another EP, but it has tapered off eventually. So
We just got older and busier.
Life happens.
yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
But I want to know, you know, you all have been operating in the New Zealand music sphere for about 9 years. You know, I want to know, what do you think is there room for improvement in that scene? Because I think sometimes we're all very chummy in the New Zealand music scene because our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our neighbours, so on and so forth, and we don't want to have any confrontation. But I want to know, is there anything that you find kind of annoying about the New Zealand music scene over the past 9 years that you've been in it?
I'd say one
Without
big
naming
thing. One big thing is the council being terrible about noise laws.
Yes.
Putting up a whole building beside the Crown.
And that's not just a Dunedin thing, that's going on in Christchurch. I'm sure it's going on in the biggest centres in North Island as well.
Building a bunch of like residential buildings on St Asaph Street, where 3 of the venues in Christchurch
I've
are.
never played a gig in Christchurch not on that street. So.
Really?
Like within a 1 block radius. Yeah, that's one thing. Let the venues open. Set up some nice practice spaces in Dunedin so that bands don't get noise controlled by people all over the place. That would be nice. Yeah.
Oh, I've got nothing really to say about any other bands.
No.
If I could give you an answer, I would say that if we could get on a train in Dunedin, go to Christchurch, go to Picton, keep
Getting a ferry,
going,
getting another
that
train.
would make things a lot better for everyone, I think. Not just for musicians, obviously,
Yeah.
but for musicians, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Even down to Invercargill.
the price.
Keep it going both ways.
Exactly.
Down a bluff, down a Stewart Avenue.
Yeah,
Build a rail over the
Build a
over
bridge.
track. Let's build a wall. Oh, no, that's very fair. So it's more like structural problems to do with accessibility.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Rather
think
than any
so.
problems with the music scene.
Yeah. Like it's so hard to keep it going. But, you know, there's so many people who want to, so it'll never die because Dunedin has the best music in the country.
Hell yeah, it does, baby. There's a real favourite track of yours. For me, it's Ashley Clean the Kitchen. We're not going to name drop the person involved, but it does involve a certain person making a bit of a mess in a flat that you lived at a few years ago.
I wasn't actually at the
Oh,
flat.
you were
I
at the
was
flat?
No, it was
at
just
the
me.
flat, but I wasn't living
You weren't
in the
living
flat.
in the flat, okay.
Yeah.
But you all were aware of the mess of situation.
I think we were all aware of the mess.
And what was the mess like? I mean, to be that bad to make a song about it.
Well, I mean, I probably exaggerated. It was only like my second year flatting, and I only just started caring about cleaning. I only wrote it because I'd started cleaning the kitchen. So
I reckon it was like the quintessential mess for a student flat. It's probably not really that
it
drastic,
was.
to be honest.
It got-
In all honesty.
It got to the point where I'd just wake up at 7 every morning, and then I'd clean the kitchen, and I'd go out, and then everyone else would wake up at like 11 or something to a nice clean house.
And start making dishes.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, spilling crumbs on the floor.
Yeah.
Actually, was it more of a living room nightmare or a kitchen nightmare?
Oh, it definitely was 2 whole rooms. Well, we had this whole room that had nothing in it and would just slowly filled up with stuff. I can't remember what we called it. We had if I knew the name of it, it was funny at the time.
Like the Star Wars just garbage room eventually.
Yeah.
In the New Hope. Yeah.
We didn't treat that flat very well. We also didn't pay our rent. That's another story.
Oh my gosh. And I think we'll leave on that note. Thank you for joining me,
Thanks,
Zach
Zach.
and Connor from Koizilla.
Thank you, Zach.
Mā te wā. Take care, folks.